to the third episode of PCC's Success Story podcast, where extraordinary stories inspire extraordinary ambitions. Today, we are privileged to host Mr. Jaimni Uberoi, the force behind Mohanco Construction's 75-year legacy of excellence. From preserving a storied heritage to leading global collaborations, his journey is a masterclass in vision and leadership. So let's dive into this remarkable story. Welcome to PCC podcast, sir. So, to start with, I would like to ask that Jim Mohanco Construction has 75 years of legacy and have received a presidential appreciation in 1984. So, what inspired to preserve and expand this extraordinary legacy?
Okay. To begin with, let me say that it's J. Mohanco. You will have to cut out the word constructions. Okay? So it's just J. Mohanco, which was involved in constructions. Now,
Okay.
To begin with the presidential appreciation, at that time, the president was the late Gyani Zail Singh ji. And in 1984, when I was 38, right? So entire legacy of this goes to my father, who was the pillar behind this firm, who has established this firm. And at that time, he was the vice president of the All India Builders Association. It was given to him and to our firm. So, although I had joined the family business in 1971, 72, but the whole credit of this goes to him, and it was his. I was mostly on the sites and he was in the head office. So it's a tribute to him. And what inspired him to preserve, A, coming from Pakistan after partition, B, he always talked about quality, and C, he always talked about transparency and honesty. And that is exactly what led our firm, and we are leading it to date. Next question, please.
Sure, sir. So actually, talking to you and I came to know about your father. I am very sure that this legacy, your father actually inspired you to continue this legacy, and you are leading one of the leading companies in the construction
And
industry.
now his grandson and my grandson and my son. Okay.
Okay, that's great to hear, actually. So, if we look back at your journey, so what would you say has been the most defining moment or achievement in your career?
Yes, I think after about 1988 or 1990, no 98, I took full charge, and I think the most outstanding contribution which I did to the concern was the construction of the Uberoi Raj Vilas, Jaipur, the
Oh,
the
that's
luxury
great.
hotel which
Yes.
won the as the second and the third best hotel, but in the year 24 they won the award as the best luxury hotel. So that's been one of the greatest achievements, right? And of course we had many clients, all our clients, but I think I would say this is very good. And another thing now which came down in the year 2018-19 was that for the ICICI Bank we did
Mm-hmm.
a turnkey project with the in-house design, in-house construction, in-house everything. And that was awarded as the first net zero building in India. We were 5 signatories to it. There were 2 projects of Tata Group. There were 2 projects of, there was 1 project of Tata Group, Tata House.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 projects of Capigani, that's an Italian firm. One Alliance 4. I'm forgetting one more, and we were the 5th. ICICI Bank, us and ICICI Bank. And we signed that, and we were awarded India's first net zero building, a big achievement. So these are the 2 most outstanding achievements. The third achievement, which I would say, which is very recent, that we didn't move, but we expanded into hotels. And just on the 27th of January 2024,
Mm-hmm.
we made a boutique hotel in Jaipur, a luxury boutique hotel, which is onto 4 standards, and definitely onto 4 and above 4 standards, which comprises of a cafe, which comprises of a restaurant, which comprises of a rooftop bar, which comprises of a rooftop pool, which comprises of a spa, which we give to an American firm. and in the heart of the city of Jaipur. And for me to, at this age, well, age is never a barrier, I think.
Of
And
course.
so my son, myself, and a team of my people who are sitting right in front of me, Mr. Balbir, who's the general manager, and Mr. Jacob, who's the estate manager. We are all of these people were responsible. And within, I think, 3-4 months of its operation, of its launch, we were awarded as one of the finest boutique hotels in the city of Jaipur. That's it.
Great. Great. It's really appreciable that you actually consider your team also, not only you, your father, or your grandson, but your team also responsible for the achievements you have made. That's really
See,
appreciable. Kudos
nothing
to
is possible without teamwork. How did we do the
exactly.
Rajvilas? I mean, a project
Yeah.
like this employing 400 people,
Yes.
several engineers, ICIC Bank, several consultants. So it's all a teamwork. It's all of us who are wound into a necklace,
Mhm.
and they're all gems of that necklace.
How sweet. That's really appreciable. So that's really appreciable.
Okay,
So
your next.
you have led many delegations to countries like Canada, South Korea, and China for promoting business and collaborations. So, what lessons or insights from these experiences have shaped your vision for global construction industry?
See, my vision for global construction industry, you want to ask, or I thought you were going to be asking, what lessons or insights from these experiences have shaped your vision for the global construction industry? Now,
Yes.
for the global construction industry today, India is the market.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the one place where we are really lacking behind is, most unfortunately, our quality and our workmanship. Or I could rather say, the honesty of our people, of our workmen, to deliver the best so that there are no dismantlings, there are no repeats. See, what happens in China, or what happens in Western Europe, or what happens in Korea is that if a carpenter is given a job, he will see to it that his job is right. He doesn't have to come back and rectify. Here in India, we are coming back, the masons, the carpenters, the welders, the painters, the upholstery people, every day come back. There's not a commitment to your own self that you have to produce quality. It's very unfortunate. And in fact, I would not even say that my firm, and I would go back to the fact that even about 20 years back, we were facing a big challenge from China, because China was beating India in everything as far as pricing was concerned. And at the CII, when I was in the meeting with the national headquarters and everything, and we said, how do we compete our prices with China? How do we get them? And my tribute to one person, and that was Mr. Anand Mahindra. And Mahindra said, Mr. Anand said, why do we have to bring down our prices and compete with them? On the contrary, let's escalate our quality so good that, and today that's exactly what has happened. And he went and put up 3 factories in China. And Emphasis chairman said the same thing. Said we have to, improve our way of working, our deliverance. And you can see today, not because of the COVID, but our standards have come up so high that we are
Exactly.
competing China in the world very well. But most unfortunately, still, I would say, for the domestic market, we are not conscious, our people are not conscious about quality. The repeats and the rejections are too many. And there has to be an awareness, and there has to be, I would say, skills development, which the Prime Minister, Mr. Honorable Prime Minister, is so particular about, and we all. In fact, I was leading a CI chapter on for the state of Rajasthan for skills development, and
Mm-hmm.
that is what is called for, our development of skills in every aspect, be it construction, be it hospitality, be it whatever. And wherever we have been able to achieve that, we are doing wonderfully. I was surprised. Early this year, I was talking to Daikin. We were all in a meeting, and Daikin and a carrier together need 150,000 people immediately to service the air conditioners. And we are talking in terms of poverty. We are a poor nation. So this is just in construction. Of all our record of 65 years, I could say that we already always run short of 30% of our workforce, not available. And the dichotomy to it, we say we are a poor nation. And when we have jobs to offer, they are not there. You see, it's a very strange this
We
thing.
need to upgrade the skills,
Yeah,
skill sets.
and I know for all the projects which I've done in the past 20-25 years, we always take a time overrun of about 3 to 4 months in our estimations. The people say, why? So I said, because we won't get labor. And I can assure you that at any given time in the past 25 years, we've run short of the availability of labor by 25% at least.
Okay. We really need to actually work on this.
And then most surprisingly, whichever construction for our construction firms who've gone overseas, they've done wonderfully well there. But here they're not the workmanship, the workmen are not doing so well.
He's not taking that responsibility, that it's my work, I have to do it. It's not like yeah. Yes.
And then of course our part of skills development, that's very important. It's very, very important.
True, sir. Very true. So the next question I would like to ask is, Jaipur is a city with rich heritage and growing infrastructure needs. So how have you been balance these aspects in your contributions to the city's development?
I have not balanced, but I have worked for it and worked very hard for heritage. See, Jaipur has been a very rich city, and decades back, we formed an association known as Jaipur Virasat Foundation, JVF. It worked consistently towards maintaining the heritage. We liaisoned with the government and we got started many projects by the government of Rajasthan on heritage, on preserving of heritage and maintaining the heritage, as is the built heritage. Now, even for CII, the CII's Confederation of Indian Industry, I was heading director for heritage for a number of years. I can tell you with guarantee that we, JVF, CII, we all work together to maintain the character of the state of Rajasthan and especially Jaipur, to preserve its rich cultural heritage. Now, step 2. This eventually, and I go back about 10-12 years, when we also started, and they're very interesting for everyone who's hearing and for you to know, that as an offset of JVF, that is Jaipur Resort Foundation, we started something known as Jaipur Music and Literature Festival. Now the music got omitted, and today the world-class Jaipur Literature Festival owes its inception to JVF. And I go back 15-18 years when we had the first 1,000-1,500 people attending our session. We were very, very happy. Next year, that is now the famous Jaipur Literature Festival. Next year, we got 10,000. Third year, we got 40,000. And then we said, we can't do it. So I said, it's going on so big. And then we gave it to the organization, Sanjoy, and they are running it. And that's what is Jaipur Literature Festival all about. And it's one of the finest today in the world, as good as in Edinburgh Literature Festival. And there's a footfall of 5 lakh people to it every year.
Great to hear. It's really inspiring coming these things from a person
we all
like
have
you.
heard about Jaipur, and we are having it now in what? We're having it now again, the 8th, the 10th or the 12th edition in January and February. And now they've gone all over the world. They're in Boston, they're in New York, they're every place they're having it. So that's it. JLF, the famous JLF. We all contribute, not just me. We all, a lot of other over 21st. And the tribute goes to John and Faith Singh. Now, John and Faith Singh is not a foreign couple. John was an Indian, a Rajput, and Faith, his wife, was an English lady. They are more Indian than us. They're all, it's in this place. In Punjab, we have that cult, the famous cult, where you're a vegetarian, where you're just worshipping, where you're just praying. And they're all in that. And they were people. And they're the owners of Anokhi. Who hasn't heard of Anokhi? So the whole tribute, the whole this thing goes to John and Faith, they all got us together. I mean, there was a few generals, there were a few other guy, hoteliers. We all worked together. That's how JBF and JLF came up to be formed. And I think many were hearing this, they're all aware of this, and maybe some could also have been members.
Okay, it's
Next.
really inspiring and knowledgeable to me as well as an individual. It's really inspiring to me as well.
So nice.
Because
So
normally
nice.
construction companies, not every, but yes, normally construction companies don't more focus on environment or something. We are facing such issues like global house warming and everything. But yes, coming it from the man of the construction company is really, really, really
No, but
inspiring.
not even this. I have been the chairman of the CII IGBC India Green Building Council, and I'm still up on the board, and of the Prem Jain Memorial Trust. These are all two organizations which
Work
only
with the
dwell
environment.
on
Family.
sustainability, greening the environment. That's it. And that's what we are working on. I mean, half my day goes on that.
Oh, great, great to hear that. So obviously you must be a very busy person. You are having many responsibilities on your shoulders. So balancing the professional and personal responsibility must be very demanding because it's not at all an easy feat. So how do you manage the equilibrium between the two, and what keeps you that grounded you are?
See, it's time management.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll start a daily routine. You put a very fine question. And it's my faith in him, God. It's my workout, which I do even at this age for about 2 hours every day. And it's a time schedule. And by workout, I mean gym, aerobic, everything. And to make the body stronger, even physio, I'm doing every day this, and all in 2 hours. And to have an honest work schedule. When I was young, 21 years, and today, or 22 years, and today I'm 75, my office timing is the same, 10 to 6:30. The only deviation I've done is, of course, an hours of lunch, is that I get up at 5:30 now, as against 6:30, workout, and then after that, meet friends, have a drink. And if you don't meet friends and have a drink, and if you're not slightly naughty, you can't continue. So that's what I'm saying. Faith in God, faith in work, stick to your timings, workout, and fun. And that's the way to live.
Perfect time management and perfectly balancing your life, professional and personal as well.
वो
You're
बोलते हैं ना
excelling in.
बोलते हैं ना पंजाबी को जब तक ड्रिंक ना मिल जाए शाम को
बिल्कुल सही गल है
उसमें
शाम
चैन नहीं
निकल
आना
दी
उसमें I can speak very strange Punjabi, but I can speak.
we'll be more than happy to hear speaking you Punjabi.
But it's too late now.
So, sir,
Okay.
if you had to encapsulate your success story in one guiding principle or mantra, what it would be, and why has it been so impactful for you?
Again, it's a repeat, slightly a repeat of what I mentioned in the last point.
Hmm.
It's your honesty, it's your transparency, it's your faith, and it's your timings. It's very important. Time management is so very, very important.
The actual mantra to success. True that, very true that. So, so with such wealth of experience, what advice would you give to today's young professionals and entrepreneurs aspiring to achieve success in construction and sustainability sectors?
Lift up the standards of your existing whatever level may be. You know, when I was making the Raj Vilas,
Mm-hmm.
Uberoi Raj Vilas, a person like
Yes.
Uberoi, MS Uberoi, who was having over 8 to 10,000 rooms, would go and check would go and check the doorknobs and the jams, would go and check how long it takes for the service to happen. See, you have to increase your standards of workability wherever you are working, whatever you are working. Try and be honest and be transparent. And third and foremost, be human to the people, that your colleagues that you are working with and together.
So we are actually I am personally actually very inspired having this conversation with you. You are you are truly a leader who have turned challenges into milestone. मतलब ऐसा लगा ही नहीं मुझे बात करने से कि आपने इतनी स्ट्रगल करके you have reached there are struggles in your phases. So you are
Of
very
course, without
मतलब
struggle,
easy
the
to
best doesn't come out.
एग्जैक्टली मतलब आपसे बात करके मुझे लगा ही नहीं कि कुछ ऐसा भी हुआ होगा कुछ वैसा भी यू आर पर्सन विद दैट पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट एंड आई एम श्योर आई एम एक्चुअली I'll gain that. I have gained that positive energy from you. So on the behalf of whole PCC, I would like to thank you, sir, for joining us today and spreading your positive vibes in our podcast series. And to all our listeners, stay tuned for more impactful stories that ignite change and fuel dreams. Thank you so much for joining us today,
Bye
sir.
bye. All the best, and look forward to meeting you also. And anything else
Yes,
for me,
sure.
Inder, let me know. Have a good
Sure,
day,
sir.
Jeff. Thank you.
Same to you, sir. Thank you.